Hey dude, I hope you guys are doing well. In this video, I'm just going to talk about some inspiration I've drawn from some Avon mugs I've received, as well as a little bit of how I've transitioned back into Vancouver. And also because I just wanted to say hi because I've missed seeing some of you in person. When I saw these Avon mugs in the mail, I thought that, oh, it's another one of those products that come out with some kind of fancy quote in like really nice font and everyone's gonna love it because it seems to me, I don't know, when I go to craft shows or art events, there's always like just basically illustrations with words or quotes. And if you watch YouTube videos, you'll see like in the background words like believe and dream or follow your dream. And I find some of those things very generic and nice to have to make your room look pretty, but they don't really resonate with me. So maybe some of the quotes or some of the things that resonate with me won't resonate with you, because I think you have to meet those words at a certain time in your life when they're going to strike a chord, and at a certain place in your life when they're actually going to be meaningful and useful to you. So I thought I would just do a quick video. That's a lie. It's never quick. It's always hard. I thought I would just do a video talking about what's been going on lately, because I've missed some of you. I've missed seeing some of you and in Toronto, and just wanted to give a quick update about how time in Vancouver and my move has gone. The majority of you will know that I recently, well, about 3 months ago, moved from Toronto back to Vancouver, and I have to say that the transition has been a little bit difficult. I won't go into too much details because if you're one of my close friends, you've already heard about the extent of the difficulty and the extent of the happiness that I have felt about moving back here and how it's been for me. But so far, yeah, I'm still just looking for work. That has been semi-successful, not quite successful, depending on what you think success means. So when I received, like I said, the Avon mugs, which I'm kind of sipping on, it kind of made me think about what kind of words I use to get me through something that's difficult. And one of them, and I don't remember who said this, I think it's Epictetus. Basically the premise, and this is not verbatim, is that we aren't ever disturbed by what has happened to us, but what we think has happened to us. And I recently did a job interview and I didn't get that job. And I was just, a bit devastated by that, because I thought, great, a couple months in, I'm just gonna have this wonderful opportunity, but unfortunately I didn't quite cut it for the interview, so that didn't really happen. And I was really down about it because, it felt to me like it had been a long time, and that I should have and ought to have had a job by then. And I thought about, why it was that I didn't quite get that interview, or what could I have done better. And it all seemed so bleak and just very depressing that I didn't get the job. But Tracy from Beauty Reflections blog, she wrote this great article about her struggle with MS and how basically she doesn't allow MS to kick her in the butt. Even though she has days where, she's tired or feeling pain or just not functioning as well as she likes, she still goes on living her day as if she didn't have MS. And she said something that really resonated with me, because it links back to that saying that ever since I've heard that saying, I've always remembered it and have always kept it with me. And she basically said that she doesn't let herself wallow too much. We all like to wallow a little bit, and that's nice and fine for a little while, but the more you woe is me yourself, the less you're able to kind of get yourself out of that rut. And if you frame everything and if you approach everything in life with an already negative or can't do sort of attitude, then you can't do. And there's nothing you can do about it, because you've already started your first foot off with thinking things are going to be impossible for you, and thinking things are not going to work out, or that, external factors are already against you, when in fact they might not actually be the case. So sometimes when things are going wrong, or if I'm wondering why something has turned out the way it has, I always go back to thinking of what are my thoughts about the context of that situation, and if that is an actual reality of what that situation is. And sometimes one of the things I've been doing in my downtime is actually to try and exercise a bit more. When I first came to back to Vancouver, those first couple of months, I didn't have a gym membership, and I was used to going to the gym about 5 to 6 times or 6 times a week or so, or at least exercising 5 to 6 times a week, and not being able to exercise regularly had a bit of an impact on my mood. So lately I've been trying the Kayla Itsine Bikini body guides, and she's super big over Instagram. No matter what, like every time I see some photo of a girl and like her amazing abs, she always seems to associate it with Kayla Itsines, who's a trainer based in Australia. She's become super successful because she has been brilliantly able to harness the power of social media to propel her brand and to basically promote her guides. And at first I wasn't going to buy into the whole program because it just seemed so too big to be real. And I guess even though you see all the photos of the women that have, changed from week 1 to week 4 to week 12 and so on, I still feel like, oh, this is not going to work. Or, oh, I don't know. I just had some hesitancy about it. But actually, I've been doing them, and they are quite a bit of a workout. There's a lot of cardio, which is good because I've been meaning to decrease some of my muscle mass. If you do a lot of cardio but you don't do a lot of heavy lifting, your muscles, as far as I read, I don't have an education in this, but as far as I read from the internets, your muscles will decrease, but if you do cardio in a certain way, so will your body fat, which has been the main thing I've been struggling with. I feel like I can always build muscle up quicker than I can lose body fat. So for the next 2 more months, since I've been doing it for a month already, I'm just going to keeping on with the program, just so I can have some sort of regularity in my exercise routine, and we'll see how it goes. So far, it is only because of my eating habits that I haven't seen the same level of success, I guess, as some of the other people who have Instagrammed about how wonderful this program is. But regardless, I think the program is actually quite tough, even for someone who had been doing somewhat heavier lifting quite regularly for the past 2 years or so. And it's been an interesting switch just to build up my cardio more and to build up my endurance and muscle volume. That is to say, the number of exercises that I can do repeatedly for a brief duration of time. And so it's been an interesting experiment, and I might update you guys on how that goes after week 12. But don't expect anything too crazy, because again, I still eat things that I shouldn't, which is detrimental to the cause, really. On the topic of food, which brings to mind something that a saying that I carry with me, is something Michael Pollan said that I really do believe, and I try to remember every time I'm making a food choice, and that is eat real food, not too much, mostly plants, or sometimes it's written as mostly vegetables or mostly, but basically if I follow those 3 statements, eat real food, not too much, mostly plants, that would actually improve my nutritional health as well as allow me to reach my fitness goals faster. And if I'm looking at something, I can usually think, is this real food? If it's not, it kind of deters me from eating it. But like I said in the past, if it's a super tasty looking piece of cake, I might just eat the cake. But it has stopped me from eating other sort of more processed things, and it has always allowed me to cook more healthier meals and sort of inspire my interest to cook and eat well. I feel like this video has been just all over the place, but hopefully you enjoyed that little update. I want to know some of the quotes that you use to inspire your life, or that have hit you at certain times in your life that you've sort of kept with you. Especially, I would like to know the context under which that happened if you want to share. And I think that would be kind of interesting because I think it'll say a little bit about who you are and what are the things that inspire you and what you kind of think are important. So hopefully you enjoyed that video. If you like to see more of these just random chatty videos, tell me, and I will try to perfect the art of the random life update video. But thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!